The first thing we've got is the T-Bone BD200. This is Thomann in Germany's own brand of microphones. We're going to use this in the kick drum. This was bought for about 25 English pounds, so it's not very expensive. It was originally bought to go in the cajon when we did acoustic gigs, just to give the cajon a bit of thump and a bit of punch, and it works really well. So we'll use that in the kick drum. Next, for the snare, we've got the Shure SM57. This is the most professional of the three mics we're going to use for this. This is an industry standard microphone, but still only about £75. It's used from everything from pub gigs right up to professional studios and big concerts. It's great for miking amps, brass, drums, vocals. A really versatile, excellent mic. So we'll use that on the snare. And finally, for a bit of overhead ambience, I'm going to use the Behringer C1. This is the condenser mic that we own. It was about £40 from Thomann. I know a lot of people have a problem with Behringer because they make cheap stuff, and you know what? They do, and they do it really well. It's completely aimed at people like me who are recording at home and making demos with pub bands and that kind of thing. And we've used this for vocals and acoustic guitars, and it's been great. I can't afford Neumann U87s or anything like that, and this for my application has been absolutely fine. So we'll try this as our overhead on the kit. And finally, the interface will be our PA mixer, which is the Soundcraft Notepad 12. This has been a great little mixer for live applications. It's got nice EQ, nice preamps, it's got some nice effects, and it's also got a USB out that will go straight into the laptop, into Magic's 11 Acid software. The USB and the software talk to each other, so it recognizes the four outputs and it will record them in isolation individually, so you can EQ them and mix them afterwards without having to take one whole mix off of the mixer and hope that you get it right each time. So that's all the equipment explained. Let's see how we mic'd up the kit. As you can see, the kit is mic'd as follows. The BD200 is in the kick drum, just poking in through the sound hole. We didn't put it all the way into the padding to get a thump. We thought we'd leave it outside slightly to get a bit of the ring of the drum itself. The SM57 is pointing at the center of the snare, but it's also quite close to the hi-hats, so hopefully it will pick up a bit of them too. And finally, the condenser mic, the C1, is about 4 feet from the center of the snare over the kit to try and pick up the general ambience of the kit and also a bit of the room, which is quite important. We made sure there weren't any flat surfaces in the room as much as we could. We put the drum kit, as you can see, into a window bay, which has got a 45-degree angled walls. We also opened cupboard doors and drawers in the room to make sure there wasn't any flat surface the sound could reflect back off of. This kind of miking will give you that very sort of airy, loose sound. It might not work for some types of music if you play, for instance, technical metal or funk, where you want a really tight, close sound. This might not be for you. But for the kind of music I play with the musicians I know who play blues, who play rock, acoustic singer-songwriter stuff, where the drums are much more in the mix and the focus is the vocal and the guitar, this should really, really work. It would be nice to have a second condenser mic overhead so we could do a stereo left and right on the ambient mics, but unfortunately we only own one, so everything will be straight down the middle for this, and we'll see how we go.